Water. Just kidding, we're talking about air today. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Solar Systems, where we help you understand the system your soul goes into. I'm your host, Royal Triangle Michael, and I am cutting out the esoteric middleman and giving you the tools you need to connect yourself right to the freaking source. Now, today, we're going to be talking about Saturn in Aquarius. And at the time of filming and posting this video, Saturn is currently in Aquarius and will remain in Aquarius until that date over there. So, what better planet to talk about than the one that has to do with structure and reality? So without any further ado, let's hop into it. Let's start off with the element and modality of Aquarius. So Aquarius is fixed air, being fixated on your own way of thinking and communicating. And it was born from the 10th house. Now the 11th house has to do with your goals, your friends, your associations, the people you know, your thoughts, right? And Aquarius came from this fixed thought. Fixated on your own way of thinking and communicating. It's the only thing you really have on your mind is your way of going about this, this, and this, and the way you think about this, this, and this. Now, Aquarius is the last in our trine of air signs. So, for example, Gemini, being adaptable and changeable to different ways of thinking and communication. Libra, cardinal air, initiating new ways of thinking and communication. And Aquarius, your fixed air, your fixed thought, your fixated way of thinking about communicating about certain different things. Now, before we talk about Saturn, let's talk about Aquarius. So, Aquarius is away in the sun. It's at work in the sun. The sun has too much focus on attention and looks, and Aquarius is too focused on structure and its own fixated thought. So it doesn't really get along with the sun too well. It is at home in this planet right here, Saturn, the planet of boundaries, restrictions, limits, structure, and how one sees reality. Co-ruled by Uranus, kind of exalted, kind of not. It's just an outer planet, so, you know. Uranus is the planet of change, and more so unforeseen change, right? And Aquarius loves change. It likes to be that weird, quirky person that kind of just shows up and havoc gets wreaked all over the place. Because if you don't line up with its thought, it's going to change it, or it's going to leave. You got two options here. And Aquarius technically falls in Neptune. It doesn't really like dreams and ideas too much. Imaginations, it's too watery for it, right? It's not tangible enough for an Aquarius to be too caught up in dreams and imaginations. But anyways, we're talking about Saturn in Aquarius. So now that we have that out of the way, we're putting together fixed air, being fixated on your own way of thinking and communicating, with Saturn, the planet of structure, boundaries, limits, restrictions, and how you see reality. So, what happens when you get those two together? Let's find out. So, when Saturn is placed in Aquarius, this can be very stubborn, but it's also a place where Saturn likes to be, because it gets to focus on the way that you see reality, the way that you think about whatever it is you're going through, right? So, Saturn being placed in Aquarius, this is like a designer coming to your house and you being like a child building this playset that I'm under. You mean I get to have two sides, a swing set over here, a tire over there, a rock wall over here, and behind me I have a bridge and two tarps above me so I don't get wet? Yes, please. Right? It's taking your own thoughts, the way you look at the world, and putting it into reality, which is why Saturn loves it. It doesn't have to worry about anybody else. It can try to convince people to see things the way it sees it, but if they don't, whatever, I don't care. I'm focused on my own way of looking at this thing, thinking about it, right? I have this thought, this structure that I want to bring to life here on Earth, and I'm just going to go and do it, right? This is why it's so stubborn, because one, it's fixed thought, being fixated on your own way of thinking and communicating, so if you go and try to change someone else's thought while they're in Aquarius, you're going to have a hard-ass time. You could literally be smacking this person with facts and knowledge, and they would not change a single damn thing. Stubborn energy, man. What can I say? But the other thing to pay attention to is that Aquarius is the day side of Saturn, or the masculine side, right? Now, don't take that in a negative way, masculine, feminine, positive, negative, whatever. Just day side, night side, masculine, feminine. Who cares? They're just words. Aquarius is the day side of Saturn. So what that means is that it is more expressive than a Capricorn would be when it is talking about structure, its own way of thinking and communicating, right? Because if an Aquarius is able to align itself with people who think in the same way, that's awesome. That's exactly what I want. Because I can now, instead of me working on this project by myself, I now have 3 other people who think the way that I do, and we can get this done a lot faster. Whereas a Capricorn would be like, I have to go out and meet people and explain myself to them, see if they understand where I'm coming from, and then we can maybe work together on this project, and maybe we'll have it done in 3 days. No, I'll just do it by myself, finish it tonight, and it'd be the best damn thing in the world. A Saturn in Aquarius is okay with working with other people as long as they get in the same mind frame that Aquarius is in. If they don't line up with that mind state, Aquarius is not going to be too happy about it. And a Capricorn, forget it. If you somehow manage to be with a Saturn and Capricorn person while they're building something, or any Capricorn in that matter, you have done something right because they have trusted you with this project, and you better not mess it up, because you mess it up, I don't know what else to tell you. You're not getting phone calls from them for like 6 months. But now the downside to this energy, because even though they can be very good at building structure and having their own thoughts and ideas come to life and communicating those fixed ways of thinking, they can be very stubborn, because fixed thought, right? Air that doesn't move, it doesn't really exist, right? So when you have an Aquarius, a Saturn and Aquarius person, a downside to this can be, one, is that they're very stubborn. And if you get on the wrong side, or they don't really align with the way that you think, and you can't hop on the board in the way that they think about this, then you're not really going places with them, right? So they can be stubborn, and they can be unyielding. They're willing to work with other people, but if you do not see things the way that they see it, you're off the team. What else can I say? But yeah, that's Saturn and Aquarius for you. It can be really stubborn, but when it comes to building things, it can take its ideas out of its head, put it on paper, make a blueprint, make a plan, and carry that thing out efficiently. Anyways, that's all I got for right now, guys. If you guys would like to request a reading, you may email us at readings@solarsystems.org. Make sure you guys go and follow our Instagram over there at Solar Systems, where we post in every day's alignments every day on the daily to help you understand the daily energies going on for that day. And until next time, fly high, y'all.